Hello. Hello, Directive Consulting. Welcome to the 24-hour preliminary round of CoMIS 2023. My name is Sophia. Today's presentation will be judged by Pam, Lisa, Alex, and Chris. You will have 25 minutes in total, 15 minutes of protected presentation time and 10 minutes of questions and answers. During the protected presentation time, judges are not permitted to interject and ask questions. If you finish your presentation before 15 minutes end, you will still only have 10 minutes for the questions and answers. There will be a hard cutoff at 15 minutes, and we will be giving you a time warning when 3 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds are left via paper. You have the clicker?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. You may start.
Yeah, it works.
Does it work?
Yes. So right now, your company works like a manual car and a manual gear. And we want to transform that to an automated gear because it often takes too much time and effort to change gears. Dear Board of Jury, let me present you my team, Reika, Ákos, and myself, Kira. We are Directive Consulting, and we are here to show you how the company can change from a manual gear to an automated one. So let's see the situation. Without optimizing its processes, LifeLore will not be able to scale its operations and will hit a $10 million revenue ceiling in 2026. However, with our strategy, the company will be able to integrate and create a holistic, integrated ERP system supported by AI and machine learning tools to optimize business processes and enable scaling of the company. With 3 strategic steps. The first one would be a quick win to make your processes even more efficient with NetSuite and to extend it with the CPQ system. The second one would be to use data analytics to create standardized modules and the standardized pricing guide. And the last one would be automate tile counting with computer vision and machine learning. With this, the company will be able to expand its capacity by almost 15% by 2027. So this will create a holistic integrated ERP system where you only have to enter the data once and it will be available everywhere with NetSuite data analytics solution and machine learning computer vision. And this will be able to solve the problem of manual data entry, lengthy quoting processes, and manual counting. And let's see now the analysis.
So in the analysis part, we will focus on the insights and the current situation at first. So let's see the situation. Right now, your company has 2 main issues: the inefficient project management and the manual processes. These are horrible, but there is also a pressure from the external circumstances because you have limitations in the field of HR, in the field of budget, and also from the market as well, because the demand is so huge. So to take into consideration all of these factors, let's see what would be the goal and the target and the direction of our strategy. So the objective right now is a scalable and automatic process management system supported by different digital tools. So during our analysis, we concluded that the PM module provided by Oracle is already solved the first part of your issue, and it's right now is under launch. And also these special features, the easy communication, collaboration, and also the up-to-date status of the data, providing an opportunity to tackle this problem. Let's see the second part of the problem, which is the manuality. And where is this manuality in your value chain? In the field of the design team and shared services. In these cases, the manual counting and the manual data entry makes the process a really slow one. So that's why we have to focus on these 2 things to tackle the problem. So we concluded that the inefficient technology right now is available for your company in the field of these things, these 2 main factors. So that's why the process optimization needed. This is the key target in this case and during this presentation. So let's see the way of thinking. We also analyzed the projects and the structure of the projects, and we concluded that the 70% of the projects are standardized projects. However, the custom projects is right now increasing in the field of demands. So that's why we have to providing a complex solution, which is tackle the problem, the manual data entry in the field of standard projects, and also it's focused on the custom projects in the field of 2 other options. So that's why we have 3 recommendations for you. Let's see again.
So how will our strategy be made up? This holistic ERP system, as we have said before, will consist of the extended NetSuite system, the data analytics solutions, and the machine learning and computer vision. First of all, let's talk about the standard projects, which right now make up 70% of the operations. And based on the company's information that we got, it is already quite efficient. However, we could easily make it more accurate and decrease time with the NetSuite CPQ system. Now let's talk about the more difficult side of things, which is the customized projects, which are growing in demand. We have identified 2 strategic ways. The first one is to standardize what we can in these processes, and the second one is to automate tile counting. With standardizing what we can, we want to use data analytics on previous projects to uncover patterns and make modules based on this, and the standardized pricing guides for these. And the second one would implement computer vision with machine learning to create the automated tile counting. So how would the first look like?
Thank you, Kira. I think the most important factor here is to understand the technology. Right now, the Fusion Analytics that we're going to recommend you, working with previous project data. This is something that he gets from the company, and based off of this data, it can discover patterns from the previous project based on this and create an insight. This insight is used for the actions after the sales team. The previous project can give us data about what size of mat did the customer order, what color did they want, what pattern did they want. Based off of this, these are patterns. These patterns we could use these to create the modules. These modules will be the base of the prices. The prices will be created based off of the modules and created by pricing guide. The pricing guides can be used by the sales team to create the quotings for the customers, which would not make just their job just easier, but faster as well. They say this based on a use case that Graham Corporation implemented into their own processes and increased their sales efficiencies. With Oracle's Fusion Analytics, they uncovered patterns that they haven't seen before, and with easier quoting, they have gathered data and created quoting 5 times faster than before. Let's see about the computer vision. Kira, can you explain it to us?
Yes, thank you. So for this part, we want to use computer vision and image processing and use machine learning to analyze these. First, we can upload labeled images with the tile information. And then with these previous projects, we can train the machine learning system, which then we could evaluate, and it would be able to give us, after analyzing the plan of the flooring, it would be able to give us the tiling informations. There are several use cases for this technology as well. For example, in the logging industry or in manufacturing, counting pipes. And there are already several solution providers that are implementing this solution. For example, Azure's cognitive services or IBM's or Google services. And all of this would create a holistic and integrated ERP system for the company, where you could enter the data and it would be available all times. And it would consist of NetSuite's extended modules, the data analytics solutions, and the computer vision that would enable an easier data entry process and solve the lengthy quoting process problem, and also make counting of the tiles automated. So let's see how it will all come to life.
Now that we have talked for several minutes, you must be very excited to see how this comes together. The first and most important part of this strategy is the Monday morning task. because you have to get the codes from the service providers so you can present them at the board meeting that is coming up in June. After the board meeting, we will advise you to finish the implementation of the project management module by the end of the year. So everything can start from 2024. The first thing would be obviously to buy the licenses and to buy the systems. And after that, the installation process can begin. The installation doesn't have to be done by LifeFlow, but by their partners. After that, we have implemented testing periods into the timeline. I would like to highlight that for the computer vision machine learning program, a longer testing period is needed. So the system can really understand the data and base the modules off of it. After this, the vision analytics can be purchased as well, and everything can work and start from the second part of 2026. During our analysis, we have gathered several risks as well, from which I would like to highlight the possibility of the existing models not fitting specifically into the company's systems, which is okay, because together with the partners, they can create the systems more specific versions. It just needs a little more close collaborations with them. But how about the financials?
So as we already mentioned in the analysis part, we had limitations in the field of budget and in the field of HR as well. So that's why our recommended strategy is an easy one, easy to understand. And also we focused on the minimal viable products. So that's why it's the share between the CapEx and the OpEx is well balanced. And I would like to highlight for you that if we decrease the time of doing manual things, we can increase the time efficiency, and that's why we can increase the capacity of the company, which leads to we can provide more revenue for the company in the future, and it's a kind of access to gain huge money in the future. So yeah, and you can see under the capacity and the time calculations. And in the Q&A session, I'm more than happy to answer for your question regarding the calculations. But once again, let's see our recommended strategy. So first of all, we focus on the quick win with the CPQ system. After that, we standardize the modules supported by the AI analytics provided by Oracle. And also a tile counting would be a really beneficial thing with the machine learning. So what's more?
Finally, something automated and not a manual.
Oh, yes, hopefully. Thank you for your attention. We are open for the questions in the Q&A session.
Okay, your protected presentation time has ended. Judges, you have 10 minutes to ask questions starting now.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm thinking about these technologies are certainly very interesting. Some of them seem like they'd be fairly challenging to implement, right? Can you tell me a little bit more about some of the skill sets that we might need and how we might go about finding those skill sets to implement some of these AI machine learning capabilities?
Yes, I would like to highlight that the installation process, as I already mentioned, is provided by the partners. So this is not a skill needed from LifeFlow. This is something very important because this will provide more time for you to train your employees and your customers, or even maybe your partners, how to use these systems. So no specific skill is needed for the installation, but the training period is needed, and we have implemented this into the timeline as well. This is for the usage and not for the implementation.
Okay, thank you.
But then after installation of these systems, how do we maintain it? Like, what if we need to make a change to our algorithm that's creating pricing? How would we do that, and how would we afford to do that?
Yes, we have calculated into the financials that every license that the company is going to buy comes with support from the partners. So in case of any emergency or any changes regarding the systems, the partner is always there and can help you with this.
And the machine learning system is easy to recalibrate. It can keep on learning based on the inputted projects that the company is working on continuously.
Exactly.
So what would need to be done in order to get our data into kind of the right format and right cleanliness in order to feed these algorithms?
So for the machine learning and computer vision systems, we were specifically looking at solutions that can be used with PDF formats that the company is extracting from Adobe Illustrator or the CAD system. So a PDF would be enough.
Okay, and what about for the pricing guide?
For the pricing guide, it can be changed based on the company's needs. So whatever the data currently LifeLore is using, it can be implemented. But we looked at Oracle's system, and they are basically working with any data that you can provide. We saw that the companies were still working with Google Sheets, and it is an accepted format as well.
So these systems would interact with Google Sheets and interact with Oracle or NetSuite, is what you're saying? Like the data would just flow into, is that the idea?
Yeah, sure. So right now the company has an Oracle system, and our recommendation is to scale up and providing more modules to be more effective. So this is the conclusion and the main takeaway of the whole presentation. And all of these tools are missing right now from the company. And with these 3 tools, your company would be able to be automatic. So these are the missing parts.
So yes, Oracle will stay, and Google data and Google Sheets will be translated to Oracle as well.
So when you're talking through some of the finances, right, you're talking through both some of the costs as well as some of the value that we would receive from an FTE standpoint, right, in terms of savings. When it comes to those FTEs in terms of some of the costs that we're cutting, manual processes, et cetera, right, ultimately we're still, paying our team members here, right? How would we translate those soft savings into hard savings?
So basically, we calculated the total FTE number of the company right now is 20. So that's why we just focused on in our recommended strategy to the design team and the shared services as well. And to answer for your questions, we have several opportunities to retrain these kind of these people, and also be allocated in the cost structure as well in the OPEX.
Okay, thank you.
You had on your implementation slide, I believe it went out to 2026. We are in a really unique position right now with market share and our product. What would it take to condense that implementation plan so that we don't miss out on opportunities? How could we get it done faster?
I think when it comes to the timeline of events, you can start before the project management module implementation finishes, which means that you can get for 6 months earlier. And also we have calculated with the longer training periods. So based off of the employees' needs, this can be shorter as well. So I would say maybe 6 months, a year difference can be achieved.
And we have also talked about starting the fusion analytics processes earlier because they can achieve impact sooner, and they don't need as long of a testing and training time as, for example, the machine learning one. And it could be used for other areas of the business as well, not just the 30% customized projects.
And you are going to be getting your first step on there for Monday morning is getting quotes from service providers that you'll present to the board this summer. Anything that lasts over a year, in my experience, is going to have some cost increases. How are you managing those within your budget?
Currently, we have over-calculated the price of these systems because we have calculated with a company of size of 50 people. And as you well know, LifeLore doesn't have this many employees. So this can be, I think, mitigated with this calculation.
And we have also added hidden costs to our estimations as well.
So I've been hearing a lot about like open AI and how I can use open source tools. Why wouldn't I go through that solution as opposed to paying, Oracle to do something that I might be able to do for free?
So one of the main issues is because that's available for many people. Sometimes it's overloaded and you cannot use it because it has too much downtime. And also this would be able to fit it more specifically and customize more specifically to the company and to counting the tiles actually and not doing something other AI related calculation.
I would also like to highlight the potential security risk that you can get from an open AI platform, whereas Oracle or Azure can provide a safe space for the company that can provide protect the data.
But if I weren't concerned about that, like my core competency is the flooring, right? Not how I create a quote. So if I weren't concerned about that, why wouldn't I use an open solution instead?
I think in this case, the main KPI of this project is that it's all together. It can be wired into the same system, which doesn't make it difficult for employees to open another tab or to learn how to use another platform. So this, from their experience, this would all look like the same exact platform that they used before, just with more functions.
And we didn't find the exact capabilities that we looked at in OpenAI, for example, to count the tiles based on images that we have found in our solution.
So when we're looking at some of the machine learning platforms, I'm far from a machine learning expert, right? I think you suggested Microsoft, IBM, and Google, right? Which of those three solutions stands out to you the most, and why should we go with one over the other?
We think that the data analytics would probably be the safest option and the best choice right now, because it has much less risk than the tile counting and machine learning, and the technology is more ready than the machine learning based computer vision technologies. So we definitely think that the most impact you would be able to achieve with that, because you would be able to also use it in other fields of your operations.
And as for other providers, we calculated potentially changing the system, but it doesn't worth it. And also Oracle is a system already loved and used by the employees that they understand. So potential change can raise the cost and also make it difficult for them to transfer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Judges will give their feedback in this room at 11 a.m. Please return here at 11 a.m. if you would like to receive feedback on your presentation. At this point, you may exit the room with your license. As a reminder, you are not permitted to watch any other preliminary round presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Should we take
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you.